Thanks, Goose. Forza Horizon 2 shatters the boundaries of open-world racing in what is quite simply one of the finest races to ever let you plow through a field of lavender.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Forza Horizon 2 is the follow-up to the original 360 game and is once again based around the fictional Horizon Car Festival.
Thank you, mate. Hey, you survived. Welcome to Horizon.
If you didn't play the first game, Horizon is a spin-off from the Forza series, and it takes an open-world, more arcadey approach to racing. We should point out that we reviewed this on Xbox One, and the 360 version has a different lead developer and also game engine, so no doubt it will feel quite different.
Yes, the Xbone version uses the Forza 5 engine, and you can certainly feel the benefits of its physics and handling, especially when you start getting into tuning, which was sadly lacking in Horizon 1. In fact, developers' Playground Games have pretty much addressed every single issue we had with the last game and just flat out fixed it to make this a well-made, stunning next-gen racer.
Yeah, I find it hard to talk about how pretty it is without pointing everything out. Oh, this game is so pretty. I can feel a graphics rant coming on next.
Go for it, Bajo.
Oh, check out these wall textures. Oh, look at the detail in this cockpit. Whoa. Look at the reflections in this bonnet. You can see the wheel in the windscreen. You see the reflection of the wheel. That's reverse reflections. Whoa! That's reflective. You can even see reflections in these hubcaps. And those mountains. Look at those mountains. Look at the coloring in the haze. Oh! Check out this grass. Whoa, this grass looks incredible. Sure, it's only 2D and a rotating texture, and normally I'd be upset with that, but it just looks great. Look at the dirt. Look at the dirt around the car. But check out these rain droplets. Droplets of the year. Oh, it's so pretty. Even though it's running at 30 frames per second, I think in this case, I can forgive that.
That's some interesting analysis there, Bajo. It is truly beautiful work. And the first thing I did in this game when it rained was pause, zoom in, and take a photo of the little droplets forming on my car.
Me too.
And it's so nice to be set in southern Europe this time, instead of some American city or desert canyon. Plus, a day-night cycle makes for some lovely sunsets.
And some terrifying night races.
There are also a lot of wide open highways to let you push the high performance vehicles to their very limits. Whoa, that's fast. Bajo, to me this game just screams finally. I mean, finally developers are able to do what they've always wanted with an open world racer.
Turn right.
They've been able to put in more freedom of navigation, more detail in and outside the car, and all the physics and AI routines that it needs to make a racer be what it should be.
There's such a sense of freedom with this racer that makes you want to just get out there and drive just for fun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, honestly, it's pretty rare that a game will make me want to just drive around in the car and just be in it for the sake of being in it, but this does. And in that Top Gear kind of way, you just want to hoon about doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, it does have a bit of a Top Gear vibe, doesn't it? Especially when you're racing against trains and jets. The campaign is structured around road trips, and this is you and a bunch of other competitors making your way to the next event, not really in a race, but just to enjoy the trip. Championships are based around the vehicle you're in. So for example, you might want to pick an off-road vehicle, do a championship with that, and buy and upgrade new cars as you go.
There are also other challenges sprinkled around the map, like the bucket list events, which lend you a fancy car and give you an objective. Great selection of classes, from supercars to cult classics. And it's nice to see rally cars in from the start this time.
Cars do look incredible, don't they? So shiny. And there's over 200 of them. Handling is solid too, with plenty of options to improve your ride or create the ultimate machine whose speed and handling defy the very laws of nature and science.
Oh, I just wanted them all, Barjo. And there are a few ways to collect cars, from secret barn finds
Sweet. That's a Renault Alpine A110. And judging by these decals, she used to be a racer.
to random luck spins.
I thought those luck spins were a bit gimmicky at first, Hex, until I won a Lamborghini. Sick.
The sickest. Overall, you earn just enough currency to make buying cars achievable, but also meaningful.
Yeah, it feels nice and balanced, doesn't it? And I'm glad there's none of that horrid microtransaction stuff from Forza 5. You can buy some cars as DLC, but I think that's it. I like how this game rewards you for everything, and it never tells you off for bad driving. And we did quite a lot of that right from the start.
Hey, it's Ben. So, how's the car? As far as I know, you're one of the first people in Europe to drive that thing. Let's get it there in one piece, yeah?
Something about this hybrid arcadey style just makes me throw caution to the wind, Hex.
Yeah, it is a good reward system. It's just feel-good driving. There is a constant stream of XP and chain rewards.
I feel like they've just taken that driving line and thrown it out the window a bit.
Yeah, I love it when you know the road will probably be faster, but you just can't resist trying to take that corner if it'll give you the chance to overtake the pack.
I love the tug of the road, Hex. You can really feel the switch in surfaces through your controller.
Yet when you move onto tarmac especially, that pull of the car hugging and handling better is just so rewarding. At the same time, the dirt is still nice and slidey, so it's still fun to race on.
Yeah, it's a real achievement, and I love sliding about on gravel too. Plus, when it rains, it affects your traction just enough for you to notice it, but not enough to ruin the race. It all just adds to the enjoyment. I also like how they mark checkpoints, which is always a bit challenging in open world races. You're guided by a combination of minimalist text and lines to mark destinations, along with some in-world guide arrows, the driving line, subtle smoke indicators, and your GPS. It's clean and it works.
The car's GPS, Anna, is also useful if you find yourself unsure of what to do or if things just get a bit overwhelming. If you're using Connect, you can say Anna and she'll put up a bunch of voice options which can help you figure out what to do next, or automatically set a waypoint to an event you want.
You're partway through a championship. Would you like me to set a route to the next event? In 200 meters, turn right.
I just love subtle voice integration like this because it's unintrusive and it actually works really well.
And it's nice that they've scaled back the douche dirt from the presentation too.
No, Tim, I'm not going to be driving, but the guys that will are the best we have at the festival. Come on, the finale's going to be the event of the summer.
I can't stand it when announcers are grating, and they so often are in racing games, and I especially hate it when they try and flirt with you.
Yeah, I hate that too. Although this guy is, I would say, above tolerable.
I agree.
All right, that's terrific. Where are you now? Oh, it's a shame. We're just about to cruise down to Nice. All right.
I still tried to run him over the moment I could though, Hex, but he was indestructible. And then he was a ghost. Still got some fat XP for doing sick burnouts on him though.
It's nice that with this detail you can actually see your driver a fair bit now, but that just made me want character options.
Yeah, me too. At least let me put a hat on him. And he's also surprisingly calm considering my driving.
It's just great presentation overall though, isn't it? Menus are snappy and make sense,
Guys, we've just added a new station to your radio presets.
and unlocking radio stations as you progress is a clever idea and helps add a kind of theme to the next road trip in a way.
It's so nice to have a single-player racing game campaign that I actually want to see through to the end, just like the old Burnout days. And I like that every other racer in the game is actually a Gravatar. either random from the world or people in your friends' circles. This works so well, even if they don't seem to have any notable AI driving style. It's just fantastic seeing people you know in-game, and apparently they can lead you to secrets too. It creates this kind of automatic rivalry.
Yes, Gravatar is still a stupid name for it, but over time I have grown to love this system too.
It feels like the next iteration of EA's auto-log system to me, and I love challenging derpatars as they drive by. Or those top skilled avatars that drop into your game based on world ranking.
Okay, this will be tough, but if you beat him, the payout will be huge.
There's a lot more we could talk about with single player, but let's move on to online.
Yeah, it's pretty seamless and easy to get online with friends. You can road trip, which is a constant stream of events that you drive to, or just free roam and set up events or go for co-op bucket lists.
Success!
Your usual racing modes are all there, and on top of that you have some really silly ones like Infected.
You're infected now. You get points for colliding with survivors and turning them into infected.
But it'll be those modes you make up in free roam that'll really matter.
Yeah, for me it's all about just hanging out at the airfield and doing burnouts, challenging each other to chicken.
You have arrived at your destination.
My only real criticism of this game is that the crashes range from subpar to non-existent.
Yeah, it would be good to see some exploding wrecks and super crashes, but this is a racing game, not a crashing game.
Yes, and I think that's the Forza way. At least there's a decent visual damage model, so you still feel bad for wrecking your fantastic rides.
That's fine, I think, Badger.
Yeah, I still want crashes though. I do like that along with all of the other assist options, you can turn on simulation damage at least, which gives you an XP boost in a race. It's not as sophisticated or as meaningful as the damage system in Grid, for example, but it's nice to have it there.
When it comes to games like this, Barjo, it just makes me want to sit back and look at how far we've come. You know, with open world racing, I don't think anyone has quite perfected it yet, but I think this actually has, or at least come pretty close.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great open world racing games, but none of this really captured the spirit and the freedom of the open road like this one. It's a balanced world too. All the debris has just the right amount of give and take. I happily hooned around in my obnoxiously loud muscle car for ages, just doing burnouts. And there's just the right amount of traffic out and about too. Not enough to be annoying, just a hint of challenge.
Overall, this is a top-notch game with thoughtful systems and rewards and just blissful mountain driving. I'm giving it 9.5.
I've never seen cars look and drive this beautifully, Hex. And once you start raising the difficulty of Gravatars, that's where this game really shines, I think. And I love how stressful first-person view is. It can actually be a bit of a disadvantage at times. I think this is a taste of what these next-gen consoles can do, so I'm really excited about this. I'm giving it 9.5 as well.